Before dawn, Lisbon sleeps under a cold mist that covers the wide Tagus. Still masts rise like tall shadows while lanterns tremble over damp decks. Sailors wake in silence, tightening knots and ropes beneath the dark blue of early morning. The first glow from the east reveals aligned hulls waiting for orders beside the docks. Footsteps echo on the wood as loaders begin rolling heavy barrels along the quay. Ships arriving from India display holds overflowing with pepper, cinnamon, silk, and porcelain. The scent of spices mixes with Atlantic salt and the wet wood of the harbor. Merchants watch carefully each vessel, calculating profit even before the cargo reaches land. Simple cranes, pulleys, and human arms unload riches under quick and precise shouts. Barrels of wine, olive oil, and vinegar quickly disappear into the dark warehouses of the quay. From the docks, the agitation climbs through narrow stone streets toward the hills. Horses pull creaking carts, while apprentices run carrying messages between busy workshops. The whole city awakens when distant bells echo above the reddish rooftops. In the main market, fruits, fish, fabrics, and metals create a sea of color. Buyers feel the eastern silks, while sellers swear to their rare quality from distant roots. Coins sparkle between quick fingers, sealing deals that change fortunes within moments. Folded maps pass discreetly from hand to hand under the suspicious eyes of rivals. Tavern keepers open heavy doors, releasing the smell of wine, hot soup, and smoke. Exhausted sailors drink early, telling stories of storms, sea monsters, and promises of return. In the side streets, carpenters carve beams that will one day support oceanic masts. Blacksmiths hammer glowing iron, sending golden sparks against dark and smoky walls. Rope makers braid thick cables, testing fibers that must withstand violent winds at sea. Sailmakers stitch large white sails with agile, disciplined hands. Each workshop silently feeds the empire, growing on wood, iron, and salt. In the Tagus shipyards, enormous hulls rise slowly, like creatures born from clay. Men lift masts with ropes and pulleys, coordinating strength, rhythm, and patience. Naval masters inspect joints, measuring each plank as if measuring future destinies. Nearby, cabin boys learn orders, knots, and gestures before their first crossing. In ancient churches, sailors kneel, asking protection from waves, fevers, and shipwrecks. Lit candles tremble before altars, while murmurs fade into the cold stone. Above all, the castle dominates Lisbon like an unmoving watcher of wealth and danger. Among simple houses, women hang clothes, while children run through sunny courtyards. Ordinary life continues beside greatness, made of bread, water, and labor. Street vendors cross alleys carrying baskets of figs, dark bread, and onions. A scribe records quick transactions, dipping his pen into ink before impatient merchants. Cartographers study open parchments, correcting the outlines of newly sighted coasts beyond the map. Nautical instruments rest on heavy tables, shining beneath slanted windows of light. Captains discuss routes, winds, and currents while pointing at the unknown with firm fingers. Soldiers guard important entrances, watching the crowd that climbs and descends without pause. In monasteries, scribes write slowly while the city outside pulses with wealth. The sun advances and covers the rooftops, walls, and waters of the Tagus in gold. Shadows shorten in the crowded squares, where trade seems to never rest. More ships appear in the distance, small white shapes growing against the brightness of the water. The harbor reacts immediately, preparing space, ropes, men, and accounts for new cargo. In the afternoon, heat settles over the stone, while workshops maintain their rhythm. Carpentry shops smell of fresh resin, sawdust, and effort accumulated on every bench. On the docks, sailors climb masts to check sails before the scheduled departure. Foremen review lists, barrels, weapons, and food with meticulous urgency. When the wind shifts, sails begin to open like enormous wings over the river. The chosen vessel releases its moorings and slowly moves away from the watching city. On the banks, families remain still, holding farewells that cannot fit into words. From the hills above, Lisbon watches the fleet cut through the golden Tagus. The sky turns copper and purple, while seagulls cross the evening above the water. A distant bell accompanies the sunset and the disappearance of the ships. In the streets, torches and lanterns slowly light up in front of the doors. Taverns fill again, now with deeper voices and tired footsteps. The market slowly empties, leaving on the ground leaves, loose ropes, and the salty smell. Over the darkened river, some vessels remain motionless, reflecting trembling points of light. Lisbon breathes through the night as harbor, workshop, market, fortress, and maritime promise. Even in silence, the city holds within its stones the impulse of the oceans.